Blog Talk Radio.
Read it. Verse 12. Amos chapter 8, verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea. And they shall wander from sea to sea. That means you're going from this place to this place. Well, let me go over here. Oh, Islam, I don't like that. Well, let me go over to the Christian church. Oh, I don't know. Well, maybe let me go into Hinduism. Well, I don't know. I don't like this church because this preacher said this. I don't like this church because this preacher said that. Let me tell you, if you were in the Word, it wouldn't matter what the preacher would say. If you was in the Word, you'll be able to see over what he's teaching. But you're going from sea to sea, all over the place. Read. Amos chapter 8, verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. Go ahead. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Most High, and shall not find it. You're going to wish one day you was able to sit in your cushy house and cut on your computer and see the word of the Most High. You're going to long for that time. You're going to wish you had that opportunity. Soon reading the Bible is going to be against the law of the earth. Soon. They're moving everyone into a new age movement. And the only thing you can believe in is yourself. And you are being programmed. That's going to be the belief system. Yourself. That's the new age movement. How grim and dark the government of this earth is. That all of them are in league and are in bed with Satan. That's the truth. Not one of them are with the Most High. Why? Because this kingdom was given into the hand of Satan. Job 9 and 24 tells you the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. So in order for you to rule in this government, you must go to Satan to get your power. He tried to offer it to Christ. Christ denied it. But who took it? All the governments in this earth who will soon pay. They live lavishly in this earth off the bones, blood, sweat, and tears of the children of Israel. Yes, but now they have to pay. It's time. All these wars in the earth are culminating. They're leading to their own demise. And where is this the people with no weapons? This is our weapon. The only thing we have is this, Christ, in the name of the Most High, and we'll win.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you and yours. Now, I don't want to have any more technical difficulties as I complete this series. Monitors not working at the studio, this and that, but we are going to finish this, man. Man, I am getting spazzed out trying to finish the Book of Jasher. Well, as you may know, we had to cancel a couple of shows because of studio problems in my studio as well as Blog Talk Radio studio. So I hope everybody can hear me, because we are going to finish the book of Jasher, chapter 89 and through 91. I hope you all are doing well, because I am doing fantastic, regardless of the fact that the enemy is trying to keep me away from completing the book of Jasher. My final thoughts on the book of Jasher: it solved everything in between the book of Genesis. And now you know, after 91 chapters, after tonight, we have completed an entire book. Wow. And for those of you all who've been keeping up with us, you know we are on YouTube by my good man JEWEDuP. Just go ahead and subscribe to him, and he will give you the visual effect of the book of Jasher. Hopefully you all have learned some things, gotten revelation of everything that we have spoken on, and I believe that I have gotten revelation of things, and I understand the Old Testament a lot more than I have growing up. Well, the number to call right here, if you're joining us via phone, the number to call is 347-205-9279. And for those of you all who are joining us online, how you doing out there? The chat room is open at this time. If you want to put in a question or a comment, feel free to do so as we speak. Just want to remind you that we will start another series, Crime Scene Investigation. I believe we're going to get into the other books of the Bible, the lost books of the Bible, on this inaugural ending. It is November the 14th, 2013. And the music and words of the Gathering of Christ Church. You can find them at www.gatheringofchrist.org. And in the background is the music of Lionel Jones from the CD, Papa Jones CD, entitled We Worship You. Well, we're going to take a musical break, and we will be right back to start chapter 89 of the book of Jasher.
Call my home, sunny war no more, live in shalom. Only 144,000 of Jacob will make it in. It's Christ your friend, no need to pretend. Here's the question: did you walk in faith or did you walk in sin? Did you keep the law or did you pick and choose? Did you tell the truth about who's the real Jew? There's no excuse, you had the clues, but you closed the book and turned on the news. And when Christ breaks the sky, every satellite will fall from space, hit the earth and die, and then fight after disaster from the master. Puzzle faces looking for the rapture. True, the day that Christ provides birth so they can partake heaven here on earth.
American dream. My family, a dog, a picket fence, and house that is clean. That's the pursuit of happiness is led me astray. The root of evil is money, it ain't the most highway. 144,000 will bask in his glory. Life is an apartment building cause it's more than one story. I accepted the most high, and what was I on? They the past like Mike, and I'm the future like LeBron. I follow the commandments cause the most high said so. Red Bull and Xbox will get your wings in a halo. My people is blind, and it's making me sick. Just because you repent ain't putting you on that list. Ain't no cutting in line, ain't no paying the dough, man. Don't matter if you're rich or whether you're poor, man. If you obedient and you're filled with the faith, then the upper room will be your final resting place, and that's heaven.
The throne of the Father. You still sinning? Don't even bother. You not going if you follow Sean Carter. A little Wayne, he another Carter. Came from Obama back to Jimmy Carter. America not Babylon, it's just a daughter. Told us looking bitches that shine like 3/4. Some gon' die, you make it call a martyr. So elevate your mind and it cross expansion. I want a room in a heavenly mansion. So try to figure it out, your path, don't let it choose you. You can play it back, I'm not trying to confuse you. Poetical prophet, proof that we the gifted. Cerebral technician, the microphone I lifted. Thinking you can just to get in, you can save it. Signing off quad to 6-foot David.
Let me tell you what it feel like. Real right, so I'm back in the feel like. Examine yourself before the judge come in the heat of the night like O'Connor. So I'm gonna show you how to live it when I spit it through the spirit. Hope you feel it. This is the spirit that teaches when you hear it. So when it's death there, it's death there. So don't step there. But self-rearrange and let the most high change my brother. That's what I utter with them dead bone tang. Who them? The strange fruit that used to hang. Now spitting out truth for the youth to change. To see us like heaven. When them guns down, when the word is your weapon and the Lord to your weapon. Not Baal, but our master in heaven. And there's no more jails for the nation. That's heaven. That's heaven. Heaven.
And welcome back. We are here at the Men Empowered Radio Show and the Book of Jasher. Just want to make sure everything was running smoothly. Had to do a little bit of test. So if I sounded a little bit distorted, you know what it's all about. We are getting ready to get started in chapter 89. Chapter 89 of the Book of Jasher. We have 54 verses. Then spoke Joshua this song on the day that the Lord had given the Amorites into the hands of Joshua and the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of all Israel, verse 2, Thou hast done mighty things, O Lord, thou hast performed great deeds. Who is like unto thee? My lips shall sing to thy name. Verse 3, My goodness and my fortress, my high tower, I will sing a new song unto thee. With thanksgiving will I sing to thee. Thou art the strength of my salvation. Verse 4 of chapter 89, All the kings of the earth shall praise thee. The princes of the world shall sing to thee. The children of Israel shall rejoice in thy salvation. They shall sing and praise thy power. Verse 5, To thee, O Lord, did we confide. We said, Thou art our God, for thou wast our shelter and strong tower against our enemies. Verse 6, To thee we cried and were not ashamed. In thee we trusted and were delivered. When we cried unto thee, thou didst hear our voice. Thou didst deliver our souls from the sword. Thou didst show unto us thy grace. Thou didst give unto us thy salvation. Thou didst rejoice our hearts with thy verse 7 of the book of Jasher. One moment, we'll be right back. We're going to do a quick check and we're going to get ready and get into this particular music, and we'll be right back.
I say, I know who you are. Yeah, I say, I know who you are. Yeah, come on. We stiff neck, we wild, we on the corner, wildin' out. We ignorant, we proud, rebellious.
I know who you are, boy, you need some help. Open your mind and free yourself. Truth and knowledge overpowers wealth. Put education on the shelf and take a second look and see which route you took. Fall in love with a bunch of crooks and forget you're the children of that book. To the enemies they told you, made you believe anything they told you, and left you with two decisions. You could choose death or choose religion. But you fell off Jacob's ladder and chose to listen to the master. Got caught in the devil's rapture, and now your life is a whole disaster.
Yeah, I said, I know who you are. I know who you are. And I know where you're going.
And we are back. I apologize for that. Had to tie in some loose ends right here. Let's pick up at verse 7 of chapter 89. Thou didst go forth for our salvation with thy arm, and didst redeem thy people. Thou didst answer us from the heavens of thy holiness. Thou didst save us from 10,000 of people. Verse 8, the sun and moon stood still in heaven, and thou didst stand in the wrath against our oppression, and didst command thy judgment over them. Verse 9, and all the princes of the earth stood up. The kings of the nations had gathered themselves together. They were not moved at thy presence. They desire thy battles. Verse 10, and didst bring down the wrath upon them. Thou didst destroy them in thy anger and cut them off in thy heart. Verse 11, nations have been consumed with thy fury. Kingdoms have declined because of thy wrath. Thou didst wound kings in the day of thy anger. Verse 12, thou didst pour out thy fury upon them. Thy wrathful anger took hold of them. Thou didst turn their iniquity upon them, and didst cut them off in their wickedness. They did spread a trap, they fell therein. In the net they hid, their foot was caught. Verse 14, thy hand was ready for all thy enemies, who said, through their sword they possessed the land. Through their arms they dwelt in the city. Face with shame. Thou didst bring their horns down to the ground. Thou didst terrify them in thy wrath, and did destroy them in thy anger. Here they giving praise and honor to the Most High for the winning of their battles. They're giving praise to the Almighty of everything that he has done, and everything that he's getting ready to do, and everything that has been done, that was written, that was spoken, has come to pass. This is the praise that they were giving. Verse 15, the earth trembled and shook at the sound of thy storm over them. Thou didst not withhold their soul from death, and did bring down their lives to the grave. Verse 16, thou didst pursue them in thy storm. Thou didst consume them in thy whirlwind. Thou didst turn their reign into hell. They fell in deep pits so that they could not rise. Verse 17, their carcasses were like rubbish cast out in the middle of the street, consumed and destroyed in thy anger. Thou didst save the people with thy might. 19, therefore our hearts rejoice in thee. Our soul exalts in thy salvation. 20, our tongue shall relate thy might. We will sing and praise thy wondrous works. 21, for thou didst save us from our enemies. Thou didst deliver us from those who rose up against us. Thou didst destroy them from before us and depress them beneath our feet. Verse 22, thus shall all thy enemies perish, O Lord, and the wicked shall be like chaff driven by the wind, and thy beloved shall be like trees planted by the waters. Verse 23, so Joshua and all Israel with him returned to the camp in Gilgal, after having smitten all the kings, so that not a remnant was left of them. 24, and the 5 kings alone on foot from battle, and hid themselves in a cave. And Joshua sought for them in the field of battle, and did not find them. Verse 25, and it was afterward told to Joshua, saying, the kings are found, and behold, they are hidden in a cave. Verse 26, and Joshua said, appoint men to be at the mouth of the cave to guard them, lest they take themselves away. And the children of Israel did so. 27, and Joshua called to all Israel and said to the officers of battle, place your feet upon the necks of these kings. And Joshua said, so shall the Most High do to all your enemies. Verse 28, and Joshua commanded afterward that they should slay the kings and cast them into caves, and to put great stones at the mouth of the cave. 29, and Joshua went afterward with all the people that were with him on that day to Macaldah, and he smote it with the edge of the sword. Verse 30, and he utterly destroyed the souls and all belonging to the city, and he did to the king and people thereof as he had done to Jericho. Verse 31, and he passed from there to Libnah, and he fought against it, and the Most High delivered it into his hand. And Joshua smote it with the edge of the sword, and all the souls thereof, and he did to it and to the king thereof, and he had once done to Jericho. Remember, the Most High said to Joshua in his book, Joshua, that he shall have good success if he meditate on the word day and night. Verse 32, and from there he passed on to Lachish to fight against it, and Horan, king of Gaza, went up to assist the men of Lachish, and Joshua smote him and his people until there was none left to him. Verse 33, and Joshua took Lachish and all the people thereof, and he did to it as he had done to Libnah. Verse 34, and Joshua passed from there to Eglon, and he took that also, and he smote it and all the people thereof with the edge of the sword. Verse 35, and from there he passed to Hebron, and fought against it, and took it, utterly destroyed it. And he returned from there with all Israel to Debai, and fought against it, and smote it with the edge of the sword. Verse 36, and he destroyed every soul in it. He left none remaining, and he did it and the king thereof as he had done to Jericho. 37, and Joshua smote all the kings of the Amorite, Kadesh and the Barnea to Azah, and he took their country at once, for the Most High had fought for Israel. Verse 38, and Joshua with all Israel came to the camp of Gilgal. Verse 39, when at that time Jabin, king of Chazon, heard all that Joshua had done to the kings of the Amorites, Jabin sent to Jabin, king of Madon, and to Laban, king of Shimron, to Japhel, king of Achshavat, and to all the kings of the Amorites, saying, verse 40, come quickly to us and help us, that we may smite the children of Israel before they come upon us and do unto us as they have done to the other kings of the Amorites. Verse 41, and all these kings hearkened to the words of Jabin. Now I like to pause here that they're taking counsel among the wicked, and they have seen what has done to all the cities, all the kings, especially Jericho. What else can I say? That they just made a bad investment by getting involved with all the Amorites. And now their destruction is upon us, as we read chapter 41. And all these kings hearkened to the words of Jabin, king of Chazon, and they went forth with all their camps, 17 kings, and their people were as numerous as the sand on the seashore, together with horses and chariots innumerably. And they came and pitched together at the waters of Merom, and they were met together to fight against Israel. Verse 42, and the Most High said to Joshua, fear them not. Now, these are all men that Joshua is fighting. They are like the sand. They're like the grain of sand in the desert. That's how many it was. And the Most High is telling Joshua, having him to believe. But with Joshua, great faith has he, and not only that, he believed. Why is it that all the other spies that went into the land of the giants, but only Joshua and the other person that came out had a good report? Now, that right there is faith, when you know that the Most High God is a strong high tower, a strong force to be reckoned with. But you know, when they say, but our God is able to take them, you know, they are as large, they are as large, and we are as grasshoppers to them. Now come on, you know you got some faith when you believe, and you know without a shadow of a doubt that you have faith to kill as many number as these people. I'm trying to get you to see, not with your eyes, but to see with your spirit, man, on the inside of you, to believe. These powers that the Most High has done, these miracles, we're seeing the things that Christ was trying to get the disciples to see when he walked on the water, when he told the fig tree to die because it didn't have any fruit, and many other things that the disciples had witnessed. He was trying to get them to think and to believe like Joshua thought. Without this book, I did not have the understanding of everything that the Old Testament as well as the New Testament was speaking of. But now I put the two together, Jasher and Genesis and everything in between. Now I understand the faith that Christ had. The faith when he told us that if we shall say to the mountain, be thou removed and be cast in the sea. Do you know what kind of power that is? My. Verse 42. And the Most High said to Joshua, fear them not, for tomorrow about this time I will deliver them up all slain before you. Thou shalt hold their horses and burn their chariots with fire. Verse 43. And Joshua with all the men of war came suddenly upon them and smote them, and they fell into their hands. And the Most High had delivered them into the hands of the children of Israel. Now, look at this right here. I'm getting revelation of it right here. Now, when they were in captivity among the Egyptians, they could not do any kind of miracles. They were captive. And when Moses came with the faith of the Most High and with the weapon and obeyed the Most High. Now, after they wandered into the wilderness and then they get into the promised land, now here comes all this weaponry. The weaponry is the faith that they had that the Most High would deliver their enemies to them. Now, I tell the children of Israel this. We are in captivity in Babylon, but you know that Babylon is getting ready to fall. And you also know there's going to be a transformation of what is about to happen with our bodies. We are being waken up as I speak. So now you know that this switch of faith is on the inside of us. It's always been there. All we must do is return back to the Most High and do his commandments. Christ has showed us the way to the Father. All we have to do is believe and obey. Obey only the commandments that he said, but he said a new commandment. Now, for those of you all who want to debate right now about we're not under the law and that sort of thing like that, remember, Christ said he did not come to destroy the law, but he come to fulfill it. Just wanted to just kind of touch bases with you on that. Verse 45. And Joshua returned at the time of Chazon and smote it with the sword and destroyed every soul in it and burned it with fire. And from Chazon, Joshua passed to Shimron and smote it and utterly destroyed it. Verse 46. From there he passed to Akshepha, and then let me spell that for you. Achshaph. And he did it as he had done to Shimron. 47. From there he passed to Abdullah, and he smote all the people in it. And he did to Abdullah as he had done to Ashaphat and to Shimron. Verse 48. And he passed from there to all the cities of the kings which he had smitten, and he had smote all the people that were left of them, and he utterly destroyed them. 49. Only their booty and cattle the Israelites took to themselves as a prey, but every human being they smote. They suffered not a soul to live. Verse 50. As the Most High had commanded Moses, so did Joshua and all Israel. They failed not in anything. Verse 51. So Joshua and all the children of Israel smote the whole land of Canaan, of the Most High had commanded them, and smote all their kings, being 31 kings. And the children of Israel took their whole country. Who are the children of Israel? I'll tell you who the children of Israel are. The children of Israel are the tribe of Asher, the tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Gad, the tribe of Issachar, the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Levi, Manasseh, Ephraim, Naphtali, Reuben, Simeon, and Zebulun. Who are their descendants in today's time? The Argentinians are the tribe of Asher. The Jamaicans are the tribe of Benjamin. The Native American Indians are the tribe of Gad. Your Mexicans here in the United States, as well as in Mexico and Central America, are the tribe of Issachar. Those so-called Negroes, the ones that you have hung in trees, the ones that you have hung in trees and still do hang in trees and call the N-word, are your tribe of Judah. The Haitians, the one that had the great earthquake on the poorest island and in the land on the western hemisphere, is the tribe of Levi. The Cubans are the tribe of Manasseh. The Puerto Ricans are the tribe of Ephraim. The Hawaiians and the Pacific Islanders are the tribe of Naphtali. The tribe of Reuben are your Seminole Indians in Australia and the Aborigines of Australia. The Seminole Indians of Florida and the I'm trying to pronounce that right. The Aborigines of Australia is the tribe of Reuben. The tribe of Simeon is those strong Dominicans in the Dominican Republic. And last but not least, the tribe of Zebulun are your Panamanians, just to name a few in that area, in that central area of Panamania, as well as outside its borders, are the tribe of Zebulun here on the Western Hemisphere. Now, verse 52. Beside the kingdoms of Ceylon and Og, which are on the other side of Jordan, of which Moses had smitten many cities, and Moses gave them to the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh. We just named who the descendants are. It is very important for you to know who the descendants are in the world today. The reason is the 144,000 all come from the 12 tribes of Israel. So the children of Israel are not done away with, and they're not in the land of Israel today, but they are in the land of their captivity. And Joshua smote all the kings that were on the side Jordan to the west, and gave them for an inheritance to the 9 tribes and the half tribes of Israel. Verse 54 of Jasher chapter 89. For 5 years did Joshua carry on the war with these kings, and he gave their cities to the Israelites, and the land became tranquil from battle throughout the cities of the Amorites and the Canaanites. Jasher chapter 90, verse 1. At that time, in the 5th year after the children of Israel had passed over Jordan, after the children of Israel had rested from their war with the Canaanites, at that time, and severe battles arose between Edom and the children of Chittim. And the children of Chittim fought against Edom. Verse 2. And Abinas, king of Chittim, went forth in that year, that is in the 31st year of the reign, and a great force with him of the mighty men of the children of Chittim, and he went to Seir to fight against the children of Esau. Esau, remember now, Esau and Edom is the same kingdom, the same people. Verse 3, and Hadad, the king of Edom, heard of his report, and he went forth to meet a heavy people and strong force, and engaged in battle with him in the field of Edom. 4, and the hand of Chittim prevailed over the children of Esau, and the children of Chittim slew the children of Esau 22,000 men, and all the children of Esau fled from before them. Verse 5, and the children of Chittim pursued them, and they reached Hadad, king of Edom, who was running before them, and they caught him alive, and brought him to Abinas, king of Chittim. Verse 6, and Abinas ordered him to be slain, and Hadad, king of Edom, died in the 48th year of his reign. Verse 7, and the children of Chittim continued their pursuit of Edom, and they smote them with a great slaughter, and Edom became subject to the children of Chittim. Verse 8, and the children of Chittim ruled over Edom, and Edom became under the hand of the children of Chittim. Came one kingdom from that day. Verse 9, and from that time they could no more lift up their heads, and their kingdoms became one with the children of Chittim. Verse 10, and Abinas placed officers in Edom, and all the children of Edom became subjects and tributaries to Abinas, and Abinas turned back to his own land, Chittim. Verse 11, and when he returned, he renewed his government and built for himself a spacious and fortified palace for a royal residence, and reigned securely over the children of Chittim and over Edom. Verse 12, in those days after the children of Israel had driven away all the Canaanites and the Amorites, Joshua was old and advanced in years. Verse 13, and the Most High said to Joshua, thou art old, advanced in life, and a great part of the land remains to be possessed. Verse 4, now therefore divide this land for an inheritance to the 9 tribes and to the half tribe of Manasseh. And Joshua rose up and did as the Most High had spoken to him. Verse 15, and he divided the whole land to the tribe of Israel as an inheritance according to their divisions. Verse 16, but to the tribe of Levi he gave no inheritance. The offering of the Lord are their inheritance, as the Lord has spoken of them by the hand of Moses. Verse 17, and Joshua gave Mount Hebron to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, one portion above his brethren, as the Most High has spoken through Moses. Verse 18, therefore Hebron became an inheritance to Caleb and his children unto this day. Verse 19, and Joshua divided the whole land of lots to all Israel for an inheritance as the Most High had commanded him. Verse 20, and the children of Israel gave cities to the Levites from their own inheritance and suburbs for their cattle and property. As the Most High had commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel, and they divided the land by lot or small. Verse 21, and they went to inherit the land according to their boundaries. And the children of Israel gave to Joshua the son of Nun an inheritance among them. Verse 22, by the word of the Most High did they give to him the city which he required, Canaan search in Mount Ephraim, and he built the city and dwelt therein. 23, there are the inheritance which Eleazar, the priest of Joshua, the son of Nun, and the heads of the father of the tribes portioned out to the children of Israel by lots in Shiloh, before the Most High, at the door of the tabernacle, and they left off dividing the land. 24. And the Most High gave the land to the Israelites, and they possessed it as the Most High had spoken to them, and as the Most High had sworn to their ancestors. Verse 25. And the Most High gave to the Israelites rest from all their enemies around them, and no man stood up against them, and the Most High delivered all their enemies into their hands, and not one thing fell of all the good which the Most High has spoken to the children of Israel. Yeah, the Most High performed everything. We're going to take a break right here, and we'll pick up when we get right back from this music break with verse 26. You're listening to the Men Empowered Radio Show. If you have any questions or comment, you can always hit us up at 347-205-9279. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back in about 4 minutes.
About what I'm going through. Wanna tell you how I feel, I just wanna be real with you. You see, I lay these vocals down, thinking of you, thinking of the things you do. I try to be sincere with you, I try to be good now, but you've always got a present, and I don't wanna stumble and fail, so be there for me. From the things that I should do. Know you hear me, love. Sometimes I say things I shouldn't say. Yeah. Sometimes I do things I shouldn't do. Yeah. Some places I shouldn't know when I win anyway. So I need you to please forgive me.
Okay, we apologize. Think we've had issues where you can't hear me. I want to make sure that I am being heard, and let's see if we've got our mic back open again. Hang on, we're going to take a quick music break.
Tribulation, I need your revelation in order to make it far. Lord, I trust in you, my God. So many complications, situations, I need your patience, your salvation. I need to hold on to you, God. This without you, life is so hard. So many things are happening, can't understand it when I have days when my praise isn't as passionate. I get wrapped up in the temptation, look at me, I'm where I shouldn't be, your spirit's telling me, but I refuse to listen. Now I walk in flesh, a Christian, so everything that comes out of my mouth you're dismissing. But that's just for a moment, because I'm weak as man. So much temptation, I'm not patient, so I'm losing, man. I gotta keep focused, yeah, I know I'm saved. I'm no longer a slave to how I behave, but you know life is full of traps that the devil's made. But you know sometimes them traps, they were self-made. So much temptation, hesitation, tribulation, I need your revelation in order to make it far. Lord, I trust in you, my God.
Okay, we are back. Sorry about that, Mr. Creator. That was Creator with the letter 8 from Double Edge Ministries, and we'll get back to them after we finish the book of Jasher. Let's get back to verse 26 where we had left off. I believe we had mic problems at that time. Let's get back with 26 again. And Joshua called to all the children of Israel, and he blessed them and commanded them to serve the Most High, and afterward sent them away, and they went each man to his city, and each man to his inheritance. And the children of Israel served the Most High all the days of Joshua, and the Most High gave them rest from all around them, and they dwelt securely in their cities. 28. And it came to pass in those days that Abinus, king of Chittim, died in the 38th year of his reign. That is the 70th year of his reign over Edom. And they buried him in his place, which he had built for himself, and Latinus reigned in his stead 50 years. 29. And during his reign he brought forth an army, and he went forth the inhabitants of Britannia. Now pay close attention to all the names that we're bringing forth, because in all the names you will see where the people are these days here on the earth. And during his reign, and we're now entering into overtime, and during his reign he brought forth an army, and he went and fought against the inhabitants of Britannia and Canaan, the children of Elisha, son of Javan, and he prevailed over them and made them tributaries. Verse 30. He then heard that Edom had revolted from under the hand of Chittim, and Latinus went to them and smote them and subdued them, and placed them under the hand of the children of Chittim. Okay, let me see. The years, okay? All right. Lost my place here. You all bear with me. There we go. Let's see. Let's go with, let's go with 29. And during his reign, he brought forth an army, and he went and fought against the inhabitants of Britannia and Canaan, the children of Elisha, son of Javan, and he prevailed over them and made them tributary. Verse 30. He then heard that Edom had revolted from under the land of Chittim, and Latinus went to them and smote them and subdued them, and placed them under the hand of the children of Chittim. And Edom became one kingdom with the children of Chittim all the days. Verse 31, and for many years there was no king in Edom, and their government was with the children of Chittim and their kings. Verse 32, and it was in the 36th year after the children of Israel had passed the Jordan, that is the 66th year after the children of Israel had departed from Egypt, that Joshua was old 10 years, being 108 years old in those days. And Joshua called to all Israel, to their elders, their judges and officers, after the Most High had given to all the Israelites rest from all their enemies round about. And Joshua said to their elders of Israel and to their judges, behold, I am old, advanced in years, and you have seen what the Most High has done to all the nations whom he has driven away from before you. For it is the Most High who has fought for you. Verse 34, now therefore strengthen yourselves to keep and to do all the words of the law of Moses, not to deviate from it to the right or to the left, and not to come among those nations who are left in the land. Neither shall make mention of the names of their gods, but you shall cleave to the Most High your God, as you have done to this day. Now, we all know that the children of our forefathers went on to disobey the Most High God, therefore putting the children of Israel back in jeopardy again until Christ had to come and redeem them. But it was still not time. Prophecy still had to. If you want to know why we're not ruling today, read the book of prophecies in Obadiah. It's only one chapter. It will tell you what is going to happen at the end of Esau's reign. Verse 35, and Joshua greatly exalted the children of Israel to serve the Most High all their days. 36, and all the Israelites said, we will serve the Most High our God all our days, and we are our children, and we and our children and our children's children and our seed forever. Now you know, like I just said, that they didn't do that. Therefore, Deuteronomy chapter 28 went into effect. Verse 37, and Joshua made a covenant with the people on that day, and he sent away the children of Israel, and they went each man to his inheritance, to his city. Verse 38, and it was in those days when the children of Israel were dwelling securely in their cities that they buried the coffins of the tribes of their ancestors, which they had brought up from Egypt. Imagine all those times in those coffins, the bodies of all our forefathers, Joseph, all the 12 children, the 12 sons of Jacob, buried in coffins in the land when they reached it, each man in the inheritance of his children. The 12 sons of Jacob did the children of Israel bury, each man in the possession of his children. 39, and these are the names of the cities wherein they buried the 12 sons of Jacob, whom the children of Israel had brought up from Egypt. Verse 40, and they buried Reuben and Gad on this side Jordan in Romania, which Moses had given to the children. Verse 41, and Simeon and Levi they buried in the city of Malda, which he had given to the children of Simeon, and the suburb of the city was for the children of Levi. Verse 42, and Judah they buried in the city of Benjamin opposite Bethlehem. Do you recognize that name? I said Bethlehem. Still here today. Verse 43, and the bones of Issachar and Zebulun they buried in Zidon, in the portion which fell to their children. Verse 44, and Dan was buried in the city of his children in Eshtan, and Naphtali and Asher they buried in Kadesh in Naphtali, each man in his place which he had given to his children. Now, we don't hear much about Dan, and I believe I heard one of the elders say that Dan is portrayed in the movie The 300. If you all remember the movie of The 300, then you know that's where Dan kind of went off away from the children of Israel because he didn't have an inheritance like the others. Verse 45, and the bones of Joseph they buried in Shechem field which Jacob had purchased from Haman, and which became to Joseph for an inheritance. Verse 46, and they buried Benjamin in Jerusalem, opposite of Jebusite. Okay, it went off. Okay, I believe, let's see here. I should still be here. Yes, let's see if I'm still here. All right. Just had to just do a test to see if I was still here, still kicking. Just about finished with this. We're just about finished. All right, let me back up because I was talking about Dan, who was represented in the movie The 300s. I believe I heard one of the elders speaking that was Dan. All right, verse 44, and Dan was buried in the city but not portrayed. He had the wrong identity. And Dan was buried in the city of the children of Eshtael, and Naphtali and Asher they buried in Kadesh, Naphtali, each man in his place which he had given to his children. Verse 45, and the bones of Joseph they buried in Shechem, in the part of the field which Jacob had purchased from Haman, and which became to Joseph for an inheritance. 46, and they buried Benjamin in Jerusalem, opposite of the Jebusites, which was given to the children of Benjamin. The children of Israel buried their father, each man in the city of his children. 47, and at the end of 2 years, Joshua the son of Nun died, 110 years old, and the time which Joshua judged Israel was 28 years. And Israel served the Most High all the days of his life. Verse 48, and the other affairs of Joshua and his battles and his reproofs with which he reproved Israel, and all which he had commanded them, and the names of the cities which the children of Israel possessed in his days. Behold, they are written in the book of the words of Joshua to the children of Israel, and in the book of the wars. Now, this is another book that we're going to get into down the road. This is another book that is a part of the Bible, but they were deleted by the people that were in power of the Roman Catholic Church because they want to keep the identity away from the children of Israel. Verse 48 again, and the other affairs of Joshua and his battles and his reproofs with which he reproved Israel, and all which he had commanded them, and the names of the cities which the children of Israel possessed days. Behold, they are written in the book of the words of Joshua to the children of Israel, and in the book of the wars of the Lord, which Moses, now that's a book, remember that, the book of the wars of the Lord, which Moses and Joshua and the children of Israel had written. These are books written by Moses. Verse 49, and the children of Israel buried Joshua in the borders of his inheritance in Tabernachiah, which was given to him in Mount Ephraim. Verse 50, and Eleazar, the son of Aaron, died in those days, and they buried him in the hills belonging to Phinehas, his son, which was given him in Mount Ephraim. All right, we are on the last chapter of the book of Jasher, chapter 91. The book of Jasher 91. And we are here. Let's see. Let's go now to 91. One moment. 91. At that time, after the death of Joshua, the children of the Canaanites were still in the land, and the Israelites resolved to drive them out. Verse 2. And the children of Israel asked of the Most High, saying, who shall first go up for us to the Canaanites to fight against them? And the Most High said, Judah shall go up. Verse 3. And the children of Judah said to Simeon, now these are the inheritance, these are the descendants of Judah, who are your African Americans, your so-called African Americans here in the U.S. and in Canada as well, and parts of Brazil. These are the children of Judah. And the children of Judah and said to Simeon, who is Simeon? Simeon is the Dominicans in the Dominican Ritu our lot, and we will fight against the Canaanites, and we will likewise go up with you in your lot. So the children of Simeon went with the children of Judah. Verse 4, and the children of Judah went up and fought against the Canaanites. So the Most High delivered the Canaanites into the hands of the children of Judah, and they smote them in Bezek, 10,000 men. Verse 5, and they fought with Adonibezek in Bezek, and he fled from before them, and they pursued him and caught him, and they took hold of him and cut off his thumbs and great toes. Wow. Verse 6, and Adonibezek said, these scores and 10 kings have their thumbs and great toes cut off. Gather their meat under my table, as I have done. So the Most High has requited me. And they brought him to Jerusalem, and he died there. Verse 7, and the children of Simeon went with the children of Judah, and they smote the Canaanites with the edge of the sword. 8, and the Most High was with the children of Judah, and they possessed the mountains. The same is Luz, and the Most High was with them. 9, and the children of Joseph spied out Bethel, and the watchmen saw a man going forth from the city, and they caught him and said unto him, show us now the entrance of the city, and we will show kindness to thee. Verse 10, and that man showed them the entrance of the city, and the children of Joseph came and smote the city with the edge of the sword. Verse 11, and the man with his family they sent away, and he went to the Hittites, and he built a city, and he called the name thereof Luz. So all the Israelites dwelt in their city, and the children of Israel dwelt in their city, and the children of Israel served the Most High all the days of Joshua and all the days of the elders who had lengthened their days after Joshua, and saw the great work of the Most High, which he had performed for Israel. 12, And all the elders judged Israel after the death of Joshua for 17 years. Verse 13. And all the elders also fought the battles of Israel against the Canaanites. And the Lord drove the Canaanites from before the children of Israel in order to place the Israelites in their land. Verse 14. And he accomplished all the words which he had spoken to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the oath which he had sworn to give them and their children the land of the Canaanites. Verse 15. And the Most High gave the children of Israel the whole land of Canaan, as he had sworn to their ancestors. And the Most High gave them rest from those around them, and the children of Israel dwelt securely in their cities. Verse 16. Blessed be the Most High forever. Amen and amen. Verse 17 and final verse of the book of Jasher, chapter 91. Strengthen yourselves and let the hearts of all you that trust in the Most High be of good courage. The end. Well, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, I finally did it. The book of Jasher is complete right here on Blog Talk Radio. My final thoughts on this particular book, it gives clues to let you know that there is another book that I had just mentioned that is taken away from the King James Bible, and that is the book of the Lord Wars, the Book of Wars of the Lords. So we'll probably get into that book down the road. But this right here, if you go back and read the book of Genesis, which Genesis is only 50 chapters, and the book of Jasher is 91 chapters, you can see a lot of details in the book of Jasher. So you can review this lesson many times over on YouTube, as well right here as Blog Talk Radio, to go along with your reading, far as me reading there as well. It's all good. And I tell you, I really have learned a lot. I got a lot of revelation out of this book, and I hope you all did too. And we are going to end it right there, and we're going to say shalom to everyone, and hope you all will send us email and give us what are your thoughts on the book of Jasher. This is Brother Malachi saying shalom, and we'll see you next time right here on Let's Talk, brought to you by the Men Empowered Organization right here at Blog Talk Radio Network. Shalom.
This is Nana. You're in tune to Rare Jewels with clarity and Zens on the beat. Keep it locked.
Real. This is Proverbs the Wise. This is Proverbs the Wise. Proverbs the Wise. Representing VA, and you're in tune to the Rare Jewels mixtape with clarity and Zens on the beat. Keep it locked. Real.
Yeah, baby. You tuned in to Red Jewels. You got the right station. Don't touch that dial. Let's go. Yes, sir. Clarity and Clear Channel, a.k.a. Kid Cobalt, a.k.a. Paradise Skills. I'm supposing it's right to exhale light, so I breathe through mics the oxygen that I write. Opposite of fatal attractions, a theme with advice that I give away free, though it's worth a serious price. You know it. We in a day, a technological advancement. What God has made a myth is people's growth is backwards. Money piles up right next to their caskets. Modern day pharaohs get buried in their mansions. Frequency of the world set to an odd number. Rap music got guns, pop music gay lovers. Is it undercovers or so blatant we numb? Well, maybe not all of us, but a grandson. I kick a verse for the sons in the slums to learn. The world is yours, baby, but be wise with your turn. Cause as the world turns, the signs confirm. Hell's getting closer as the ozone burns. But listen, you tuned into the right station, man. Keep listen, don't touch that dial. This is the birth of a nigga's redemption. From where? From the plantation of the hood where I made my entrance. Slain by the system, renamed by the lynchmen. My pain now positions me for a new existence. My resurrection, I got my hood on my back. And my family tree that they tried to act. I'm Paul with these raps and I'ma take y'all to act. Show y'all Diana and our sister's booty crack. It's so heavy when revelation breaks your face. You know it. Who cares that you rockin' those babe and apes? Who cares? When the whole world is full of babes and apes. Cowards with guns that wouldn't bust the grape. This is God's wrath you taste. Our podcast is grace and Comcast is face to the broadcast is great. Welcome to the kingdom that Jay-Z hinted at. And the truth behind fraud that Nas wanted back. Listen. Yeah. You got the right station, man. It's a very clear channel, you know what I'm saying? It's clarity. Paradise skills, listen. I'm supposing I'm Moses when I pose with the boldness. Telling those Pharaoh face to face, you so bogus. Baloney with halitosis, I'm about to smash your cronies and chunks. No rollies, low budget, I roll holy, but blow and smash totally. Idols that kill poetry, flowing how it's supposed to be. Notice how I'm an open sea, but filtered through a fountain of faith. So y'all better build an art, cause the rain got a date. And when the tide go up, say bye to hell's gate. How low to God's face, cause then heaven is the place. Jesus said that earth was meant to be. That kingdom come is something that we all supposed to see. His will being done is his people being free. But that'll never happen till those people do believe. And I'm one that does, so get ready to receive. Stay tuned.